So part A, to sketch the graph. Again, here is my setup. We start by graphing the equation on the bottom, which is y equals x minus 3. It would have a y-intercept at minus 3, a slope of 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. There we have our graph. If we wanted to find the x-intercept of y equals x minus 3, we could put in 0 for y and solve for x, which you might be able to see directly from the graph as well. So first we graph our original graph. Now we'll show our asymptotes. There's going to be an asymptote at the x-intercept where x is 3. There's going to be an asymptote at y equals 0. Now, as far as how many points do I need to plot, okay? In order to show it, usually in something like this, I would say you need to show at least 1 point. Hello?
Hi, sorry for interrupting. Could you have Victoria Steele to the office, please?
Yeah, she'll be right down.
And she's leaving for the day.
Okay.
Thank you.
I know, that's fine. So you have to label at least 1 point in each section, and by each section, your asymptote, your x equals 3, separates the right side and the left side. So we already know this point, oops, label it in black, 0 comma negative 3. So if you wanted to label only 1 point in this section, you could do so by doing 0 comma 1 over negative 3. Sometimes if you have it, it's nice to label this point where they're both the same. Can you see that you have 2 comma negative 1 on both of the graphs? That's a nice point to label because it's on both graphs. Same thing, we're going to have 4 comma 1 on both the black graph and the blue graph. That's the nice one to have. But as soon as you have 1 point, it's enough to make the asymptotic behavior to show the final graph. Now this question had a part B. It says, talk about the domain and range of our blue graph. Can you see that the black graph has a domain of everything and a range of everything? So the way that we say the domain of the blue graph, well, it's almost everything. So we start by saying it is everything, except there's one thing that x can't equal. 3. Same thing with the range. It is everything, but there's one thing that y can't equal. Just 0. So you look at your asymptotes to say your domain and your range. And the questions for this one are 6 and 7.